In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 4th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Raptors versus Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are heading into this matchup with confidence after a commanding win in their last game. They'll be hosting the Toronto Raptors, who managed to double their season win total with a victory in their previous outing. The Raptors' recent success snapped a losing streak, but they still sit at a discouraging 2-5 and rank near the bottom of the Atlantic Division standings, just ahead of last place. Despite their struggles, they're looking to build momentum from their recent win as they take on a Nuggets team eager to climb above the .500 mark. Before their recent victory, the Raptors endured a tough stretch, losing 4 consecutive games. Their 2-5 record reflects a team that has struggled to find consistency early in the season. In contrast, the Nuggets seem to be settling into a rhythm, winning 3 of their last 4 games after an 0-2 start. Although their record sits at 3-3, Denver is keen to move into positive territory with a win over the Raptors. Both teams are aiming to capitalize on the recent games, albeit with Denver holding more momentum at this point. The Raptors continue to play without key contributors Bruce Brown, Emmanuel Quickley, and Scotty Barnes. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are managing without Jamal Murray, who remains in concussion protocol. Murray's absence may impact Denver, but they still hold a clear advantage as Toronto is also missing Barnes, who is 3rd in team scoring and 2nd in rebounding. Denver should be able to exploit Toronto's weak defensive showing, as the Raptors are currently allowing an alarming average of 125.6 points per game, placing them at the bottom of the NBA. Furthermore, Toronto is allowing opponents to shoot 48.6% from the field, which ranks them 27th in defensive efficiency. On offense, the Raptors lack a strong inside game, instead relying heavily on perimeter players like R.J. Barrett, while Denver's perimeter defense holds opponents to a respectable 33.8% from three-point range. The Raptors may have young talent and are fresh off an impressive win, but they are hindered by a lack of depth and only 2 wins under their belt. On the other hand, the Nuggets achieved both their first win and their first blowout victory of the season recently and currently sit at an even 3-3, even without Murray. In their last game, Denver showcased their shooting prowess, hosting 129 points and setting themselves up for another strong performance against a Toronto team struggling defensively. Given Toronto's defensive issues, they rank last in points allowed per game. The Nuggets are likely to put up another high-scoring effort. The Raptors, who finally broke out of their slump with an overtime win over the Sacramento Kings, benefited from a home crowd and the energy of Vince Carter's jersey retirement ceremony. However, the win may be more of an anomaly, and they could fall back into their previous struggles. The Nuggets, powered by Jokic and a solid supporting cast, should be able to stay competitive before pulling away in the second half, ultimately covering the spread as favorites. So the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Toronto's defensive troubles have been glaring, as they are allowing an average of 126 points per game, while their offense has kept pace at a strong 119 points per game, ranking 4th in scoring. Denver's numbers show them allowing 117 points per game, while they're scoring 118 points on average. The total points have trended toward the high side in recent games, with the over hitting in 4 of Denver's last 5 games and in 5 of the last 6 head-to-head meetings with Toronto. Additionally, the over has been achieved in 8 of Toronto's last 9 games. Both teams have leaned towards higher scoring games recently, with the Nuggets' last 4 contests going over the projected total. The last 2 matchups between Denver and Toronto also resulted in high scores. While Denver ranks low in team possessions per game, Toronto ranks 11th, which could add to the pace of this game. Coupled with Toronto's league worst defensive points per game statistic, it's likely the Nuggets will find ample scoring opportunities. Denver's shooting should remain effective at home, and the Raptors may also perform reasonably well offensively against Denver's early season defensive lapses. While this game might not be a full-blown scoring frenzy, it is likely to exceed the projected point total. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia 76ers versus Phoenix Suns. NBA betting action heats up on Monday, November 4th, 2024, with a full slate of games as all 30 teams take the court. Among these matchups is a cross-conference showdown at the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Philadelphia 76ers face off against the Phoenix Suns for their first meeting of the season. As we head into Week 3, these teams are set to rekindle a rivalry that last season saw each team secure a win on their respective home courts, splitting their two-game series. The Philadelphia 76ers entered this game still dealing with key player absences, with Joel Embiid ruled out and Paul George listed as questionable. On the Suns side, Bradley Beal's status is also uncertain, as he is listed as questionable for Monday's contest. Given the 76ers' depleted lineup, it's hard to expect much in terms of scoring consistency from them, especially when looking at their record against the spread. Philadelphia has only covered once in their 5 games so far this season, sitting at a discouraging 1-4 against the spread. However, the Suns have faced similar challenges covering the spread, holding a 2-4 against the spread record this season. Notably, in Phoenix's 5 wins to date, only one, a 114-102 victory over the Dallas Mavericks, covered a 7.5-point spread. Although the 76ers may struggle offensively, Phoenix has not shown a strong tendency to dominate their opponents in convincing fashion, creating a competitive backdrop for this game. The Suns have been securing wins but struggling to cover, with a 2-4 record against the spread for the season so far. Philadelphia hasn't fared well either, both in terms of outright wins straight up and against the spread. However, if Paul George returns to action as expected, it would significantly boost the 76ers lineup and offensive prospects. Considering the Suns' own troubles covering the spread, this line feels steep given the circumstances. With George potentially back on the floor, Philadelphia's offensive output should improve, so Philadelphia 76ers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In terms of the game's total points, the trend has consistently leaned toward the under. The over has yet to hit in any of Phoenix's 3 home games this season, and this matchup does not provide much motivation to bet against that trend. Even without some of their best players, the 76ers will need to tighten up their defense if they hope to stay competitive, which may slow down the game further. Philadelphia ranks low in terms of pace, with 98 possessions per 48 minutes, placing them 23rd in the NBA. Meanwhile, Phoenix is only slightly faster, ranked 18th with a pace of 99 possessions. Phoenix's defense has shown signs of strength, which could spell trouble for Philadelphia's offense in this road game. With 3 of the Suns' last 4 games hitting the under and all 3 of those games totaling fewer than 217 points, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs versus Los Angeles Clippers. The San Antonio Spurs are set to face off against the Los Angeles Clippers in their first meeting of the season. The Spurs enter this game with momentum, riding a 2-game winning streak after defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Clippers have been struggling, having lost 3 straight games, including a disappointing home defeat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Spurs will once again be without key players Devin Vassell and Tre Jones due to injuries, while the Clippers are missing star forward Kawhi Leonard and center Mo Bamba. Both teams have shown strength on the defensive side of the ball this season, although they are still searching for consistency in their offensive performances. The Spurs have had difficulty shooting from beyond the arc, and they're not finding many easy scoring opportunities in the paint or on fast breaks. While the Clippers have also struggled from 3-point range, they've excelled in scoring near the basket. With Kawhi Leonard out, players like Norman Powell, James Harden, and Ivica Zubac have stepped up to deliver strong performances. Despite the Spurs' improved defensive effort, this game presents a challenging matchup for them. After enduring close losses to Portland and Phoenix, the Clippers failed to compete effectively against Oklahoma City. Returning home, they are motivated to break their losing streak and give their fans something to cheer about. Although the Spurs have been solid defensively, they haven't been forcing many turnovers, a category in which both teams have struggled. The Clippers rank 28th in the NBA for turnover percentage at 15.4%, while the Spurs are only slightly better, ranking 27th with a turnover rate of 14.9%. This contest is likely to be a defensive battle, but the Clippers possess enough offensive firepower to potentially outlast the Spurs. With James Harden expected to step up, the Los Angeles Clippers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. As mentioned earlier, both teams are defense-oriented and often struggle with ball security. Additionally, neither the Spurs nor the Clippers play at a particularly fast pace. The Spurs average 97.5 possessions per 48 minutes, which ranks them 26th in the NBA, while the Clippers register 98.6 possessions per 48 minutes, placing them 22nd. The recent trend suggests a low-scoring affair. 4 of the Spurs' last 5 games and 4 of the Clippers' last 5 games have hit the under. Furthermore, 9 of the last 11 matchups between San Antonio and Los Angeles have stayed under the projected point total. Defense has been a focal point for both teams at the start of this season, and their deliberate pace further contributes to lower scoring games. The Spurs currently rank 23rd in the league in terms of pace, while the Clippers are positioned at 19th. Point guards like James Harden and Chris Paul tend to favor a slower tempo, aiming to exhaust defenses. Given both teams' lack of offensive consistency, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.